Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. Which of the following factors puts an individual at risk of developing depression, anxiety, substance abuse issues, and eating disorders? A. Experiencing perfectionism and obsessive traits. B. Bartering, selling alcohol. C. Being the victim of sexual abuse that occurred during childhood. D. Having a family history of autism. The answer is C. Being the victim of sexual abuse that occurred during childhood puts an individual at risk of developing depression, anxiety, substance use disorders, and eating disorders because being a victim of sexual abuse at such a young age can cause a lot of trauma, and it risks the individual of developing a variety of disorders which affects their life in many aspects. What is personalization? Personalization is taking on excessive responsibilities for events that's outside of one's control. And personalization is a cognitive distortion where an individual will believe that things are connected even when they have nothing to do with the situation. For example, if a family member is sick and it gets worse, someone who will utilize personalization may think that this could have been avoided if this individual took better care of their family member. One of the major criticisms of projective tests is that they A. have too many questions, B. are too subjective, C. are too structured, D. too much time to administer. The answer is B. One of the major criticisms of projective tests is that they are too subjective. Projective tests are very subjective because they are based on how individuals interpret it based on many factors, such as mood, setting, the individual giving responses, so on and so forth. The higher level of subjectivity can easily lead the variations of the results and is a common weakness in projective tests. What is person-centered therapy? Person-centered therapy is a counseling approach by Carl Rogers to emphasize unconditional positive regard, empathy, and congruence, and employs a non-authoritative approach which allows clients to take more of the lead in the sessions and discover their own solutions. The most important developmental career theorist is Donald Super. Super emphasizes A. id impulses, B. the critical parent, C. the self-concept, D. ego strength. The answer is C. Super emphasizes the self-concept. Here's a memory device for you. Super and self-concept both begin with S. So if you can remember that super emphasizes the self-concept, it can help you with this question if it pops up on your test. And the individual will choose a career which allows the self-concept to be expressed. That is all 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.